Hello and welcome our beloved viewers to RTD's News English Edition. As usual, we'll begin tonight's news with the major and top highlights. Let's follow. The message of congratulations from the President of the Republic to the Sultan of Oman. Reopening ceremony of the Community Development Center of Holhol in Elizabeth. Final negotiations to try to get out of the installment of COP27. Those were the top major highlights. Welcome back to our newsroom, our beloved viewers. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, wished health and happiness to the Sultan of Oman, His Majesty Haytham bin Tariq, whose country celebrates this Friday the anniversary of its National Day. These wishes of the head of state came in a congratulatory telegram where he also wished more progress, development, and prosperity to the brotherly people of the Sultanate of Oman. The people and government of Djibouti also joined me in expressing their sympathy to the sister nation of Oman. President Guelleh wrote in the same document, "We welcome the fruitful ties of solidarity, exchange, and cooperation between the Republic of Djibouti and the brotherly Sultanate of Oman." The President of the Republic also noted, reiterating his determination to always work to strengthen these already privileged relations. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, in the current context of commemoration of the Moroccan National Day, wished success and achievement to His Majesty Mohammed VI and more well-being, prosperity, and achievement to the brotherly Moroccan people. I hope that the Moroccan sister nation will increase its development, President Guelleh wrote in a congratulatory telegram addressed to the King. We welcome the continuous strengthening of Djibouti-Moroccan relations, the head of state noted in the same document, and we are determined to work constantly to strengthen these already privileged ties. He also said before reiterating his best wishes to His Majesty Mr. Mohammed and all the brotherly Moroccan people. As the organization of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 event approaches, the Republic of Djibouti expressed its full support to the brotherly state of Qatar in hosting this most important soccer event in the world, which the Arab region is hosting for the first time. The Republic of Djibouti appreciates the enormous preparations and arrangements made by the brotherly state of Qatar for the success of this important sporting event, which is a source of pride. Djibouti also expressed its categorical rejection of the campaigns of malicious distortion and skepticism aimed at the state of Qatar and affirms its full confidence in the ability of Qatar to organize a distinguished edition of this world event, and affirms its full readiness to support it in its efforts for the success of this great sporting event. On Thursday, November 14, 2022, the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Mrs. Ulufa Ismail Abdo, accompanied by the Ministry of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibu Mumin Asouwe, went to Holhol to inaugurate the reopening of the Community Development Center. Upon their arrival, the ministers, accompanied by senior officials of the departments, the Director General of ADDS, Parliament members, elected officials, and local and regional authorities represented by the Prefect and the President of the Regional Council were welcomed with great pomp by the local population. The inauguration of the Community Development Center by the ministers demonstrates the government efforts to accompany and support its population, which, thanks to this facility, now benefits from structural and institutional capacities adequate to its needs. At the end of the inauguration, the ministers and their delegation visited the premises equipped with new equipment by the Ministry of Youth and Culture. Finally, the ministers ended their trip in the south of the region with a visit to the agricultural permits, which the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity has equipped with the solar field, a water tank with a capacity of 50 meters, as well as a borehole facilitating the supply of a part of these plantations. These multiple interventions aim to improve the production and agricultural export of the southern region, which enjoys a favorable climate. The ministers took advantage of this privileged moment to exchange with the locals, a friendly moment and an opportunity for them to request and express their needs as for the living conditions and their economic development. In accordance with the Vision 2035 initiated by the President of the Republic himself, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, these interventions testify to the strong will of the government to strengthen the capacities of and improve the living conditions of the vulnerable population, a strategy that aims to give this community in a precarious situation the means to carry out for itself and by itself its own development. In her speech, the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Madame Ulufa Ismail Abdou, thanked the people of Holhol district for their warm reception and hospitality. In her turn, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibu Mumin Asawi, noted her readiness to work alongside their governorship and local authorities in order to achieve the well-being of the community residing in Holhol, especially the youth. The written tests of the requirement exam for student teachers of the MEMFOP for the year 2022 session started very early this morning in the main sites of the High School of Djibouti and the CFEEF, as well as the high schools of Jama' Mahmoud Yusuf, the High School of Ahmed Farah Ali, and the High School of Hodam 4. This year, some 3,810 candidates applied for this competition to fill 492 teaching positions open to recruitment in 20 disciplines ranging from general education to technical education and vocational training. It should be noted that this competition is held in two stages, the first written tests and then the oral test. That is why the Secretary General of the Ministry of Labor in charge of Formalization and Social Protection, Mr. Abdullah Mohammed, accompanied by the Secretary General of MEMFOP, Mr. Mohammed Abdullah Mahyoub, and senior MEMFOP staff made a supervisory tour of all the examination centers to ensure the smooth conduct of the tests. On this occasion, the Secretary General, Mr. Abdullah Mohammed, said he was satisfied with the good progress of the written test of the recruitment exam for future teachers of MEMFOP. Camp Lemonnier has organized today the kickoff of the traditional exhibition sale of handicrafts that is held regularly. Became a key event for the promotion of handicrafts in the country over time. This event has allowed the various associations of artists in the country to take advantage of the window that offers the Camp Lemonnier to promote the handicrafts of the country. This event has the mission to highlight the various artistic and creative components of the craft sector, encourage artisans to demonstrate innovation and excellence, and thus contribute to socio-economic development. This craft fair brought together exhibitors of different specialties such as embroidery, trading, basketry or poetry, jewelry, leather, wood, palm, beads, clay, or ceramics. The tenors of national crafts did not miss the opportunity to participate in this day to display their products, but also to discover the soldiers of Camp Lemonnier local products, an opportunity for them to take a souvenir of Djibouti and to offer as gifts to their loved ones. Remember that the Japanese soldiers have also entered into immersion to take part in this day. A godsend, this artistic appointment, but also economic, it was an opportunity to develop visibility for the Djiboutian excellence in terms of know-how and creativity, but also highlight all the prospects that the production of high added value. For a better synergy between buyers and sellers, volunteers from the camp and translators were mobilized for this day in an atmosphere 100% was devoted for craft. In his intervention, Commander Moreno, responsible for this event, said that the event was an opportunity for sellers and buyers. Let's listen to him.
And at Camp Lemonnier, we just want to let our Djiboutian friends know that we really value this partnership. It's been wonderful for all of us. Our service members go out into town and they buy goods and they eat food, but it's wonderful for them to have Djiboutian vendors here on Camp Lemonnier selling wonderful items, crafts, works of art. And so it really helps strengthen that partnership, and we just celebrate that. Sure. I just want to say thank you so much. We absolutely are very grateful to our host nation. We are humbled to be here, and we very much celebrate the partnership. 20 years it's been now for a partnership, and we want to do everything that we can to support Djibouti and the economy. As you know, Camp Lemonnier is the second largest employer in Djibouti next to the Djiboutian government, and we're so thankful for the opportunity to come alongside you and to do great things together. Thank you so much.
The head doctor of the Community Health Center of Humbuli, Dr. Nasser Ali Abdi, received on Thursday, December 30th, donation of medical equipment offered by the Italian military base of support in the Republic of Djibouti. Attended the ceremony the Director of Health Regions, Mr. Abdi Ismail, the Director of Human Resources, Mr. Mahmoud Ahmed Gedi, and the Head of Military Civil Cooperation of the base, Gasparetto Anderia. It should be noted that this equipment and materials come on the one hand to strengthen the operational capacity of the health center and contribute to the care of patients and improve the health of the population, and on the other hand reflect the excellent cooperation between the two countries. The Director of the Health Regions and the Chief Doctor of the center expressed in their turn their gratitude to the Italian cooperation for this donation of equipment. A delegation of the Djibouti Judo Federation is currently in Yaoundé in Cameroon to take part in the African Cup Cadets and Junior Judo. For the first day, the young prodigy Gasser Radwan has outclassed his opponents to take the first place and thus win the first gold medal by raising the national flag in the category of 50 kilograms. A delegation of the Djibouti Judo Federation is currently in Cameroon to take part in the African Cup for cadets and juniors. For the first day, the young prodigy raised the national flag. Let us emphasize that this young person has benefited from the IOG scholarship to ensure all his training.
Véron du Cameroun, de la Côte d'Ivoire.
Yesterday, the association AIM charity organized an interregional tournament entitled Djibouti One and Invisible to Promote Peace and Stability. It is in the north that this activity opened the ball between the team of Tajora against the team of Oboh. Before the kickoff, both teams made a minute of silence of Fatiha for the attack that took place of our brother country, Turkey. For the result of the match, Tajora won against the team of Oboh and scored 1-0. The president of this association thanked the guests who honored us with their presence, the two vice presidents, Mr. Abdul Umar and Ahmed Sheikh, and the former president of the regional council, Mr. Hassan Hussein, and so all the stakeholders. The activities of the fight against illegal trafficking in contraband products have intensified in recent days, which many successful operations have been recorded by the Djiboutian Customs. Indeed, it is in this context that the detachment of the National Police of the Sub-Prefecture of Holhol succeeded last Wednesday to intercept more than 30 packages of khat from the illegal import of this product. At the heart of this operation, the police also managed to confiscate the vehicle that served as a means of transport for the cargo. This new seizure, not negligible by its quantity, comes only 2 days after the destruction by customs of 3.5 tons of khat intercepted in the borders of this region by elements of the military school of President Guled of Holhol. In accordance with the procedure enforced, the entirety of the goods captured was handed over to the National Customs and destroyed on the spot. We learned with sadness the death of Mohammed Dato, Ukal General of Badoy Tumbela, besides former deputy to the National Assembly from 1977 to 1997. The region of Oboh mourns an illustrious sage enormously appreciated and often sought for his great mastery of traditional rules and his innate sense of justice. His fame went beyond the national territory. He left a huge void not only among the Badoy Tumbela but also among the whole Afar community in Djibouti, as well as in Ethiopia and Eritrea, where his good reputation and his jurisprudence were authentic. He also transcended ethnic divisions to be immersed in all the national compounds whose languages and traditions he handled with ease. Mohammed Dato was the father of 11 children, as many as grandchildren who are grieving today. We sympathize with their pain and send to all of his family, including Ali Mohammed Dato, former mayor of Balbala and current advisor to the President of the Republic, our deepest condolences. We pray to Allah to cover him with his mercy and to welcome him in his eternal paradise. May his soul rest in peace and may the earth be light to him. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Moving towards the international scene now, difficult negotiations resume Saturday at COVID-27 in Egypt, which has been extended for at least a day due to the lack of agreement on several continuous issues. Starting with the financing of climate damage suffered by developing countries, negotiators from nearly 200 countries gathered in the seaside resort of Sharm el-Sheikh had to multiply meetings and virtual discussions in the night from Friday to Saturday to try to advance on the most difficult points, such as the fate of fossil fuels or the consumption of the damage already caused by climate change, the loss, and the damage. Well, by this, our beloved viewers, we finally conclude this edition. Thank you for being with us and make sure to tune in later for more. Have a wonderful evening. Take care. Thank you very much.